Hello, and welcome to our second in a series of 3 presentations on construction and demolition waste management. Today's presentation is avoiding and reducing construction and demolition waste. Placing orders. When placing orders, measure up correctly. Don't round up any more than is completely necessary. Double check and then triple check that the delivery address is correct. Make sure delivery arrives just before you need it, rather than leaving it in storage for too long on site. Preventing the ordering of unnecessary materials on site will produce a total saving on the project and/or increase profit margins for main contractors and subcontractors. Reduce the total cost of purchasing materials. Avoid waste disposal charges through minimizing the amount of materials that result in waste, and reduce labor resources through the reduced handling of materials, as well as having the right materials. Delivery. When delivery arrives, make sure you are there to receive it. Why? Well, you can stop wrong goods from being delivered. You can reject damaged items. You can send back any unwanted packaging. You can ensure that it is stored in the right place to stop it getting damaged or lost. This will cut down on waste and save money. When orders arrive. If an order arrives on site and it is not yours, you should go to find the right person to accept the delivery in order to ensure that only the right goods get delivered and any wrong items go straight back to the supplier. Storage. Good storage reduces the risk of damage, which causes your money to be wasted and stuff to end up in the skip. If you can, try to use a designated indoor storage area to protect materials from the elements. Make sure you keep things on solid ground, away from water. Try and avoid site traffic, as this can often be the cause of damage. Keep deliveries in their original packaging until they are ready to be used. Keep things covered up, closing pots and containers after you have finished with them. Follow suppliers' storage instructions. Keep harmful chemicals in a secure area. When you are looking for materials, see if there is an open bag first, instead of opening a new one. This is made easier if everything is kept in the same place. Remember, when materials are damaged, not only is the cost of the material being lost, but also the cost of the replacement items. And if it takes time to reorder the items, money will be lost in labor costs and delay to the program. What's wrong with this picture? There are actually 11 problems. Please take a few moments to identify them. Here they are. The tools should be locked away so that they don't get stolen. The pipes have been badly stored and consequently have been broken. Harmful chemicals should be stored in a separate secure area. The leak should be repaired as the water could damage all items in the storeroom. A piece of material has been put down to catch the leak, but really the leak should be fixed, or all the items in the storeroom should be moved somewhere dry. Wood should be stored with the rest of the wood so that when someone is looking for a piece, they can find it straight away. The shelf has been overloaded and subsequently collapsed, causing damage to other goods. The box of materials was not correctly closed. The tins should be stored upright and any spills should be cleaned up straight away to prevent damage to other items. The paint tins should be closed properly so that the paint does not dry out. Items have been stacked precariously and could fall, causing them to break and also cause damage to other materials in the storeroom. Handling. Materials are moved around the site all the time. Each time you move them, the more likely they are to get damaged. When this happens, corners get chipped, paint gets scraped, and the result of all of this is that more materials end up in the skip and more money gets thrown away. In order to avoid this as much as possible, try the following. Try and get goods delivered as close as possible to where you are going to be using them, to avoid moving them twice. If materials have to be moved around the site, then handle them carefully. Make sure materials being moved are protected from knocks and scrapes. Don't remove packaging until absolutely necessary. Instead of throwing pallets in the skip where they take up valuable space, send spare pallets back to suppliers. These can be used again and again. Using materials. Before throwing used materials in the skip, think twice. Could the material be reused? Spare bits of timber. Could they be used for noggings? Even if it's no good to you, it could be very useful to someone else. Also, try to use certified timber from a sustainable source, that is, with the FSC mark. That way you know that the forest it came from is responsibly managed. Using materials. Return leftover materials to the storage area if you think someone else could use them. Mark returned items clearly so people can identify it. For example, if the label has been taken off. Whenever you start a new job, double check if there are any open tubs or pots of the material you intend to use before automatically opening new materials. If you are working on a number of sites, try to reuse materials over all of the sites before opening new materials. Thank you for your time and attention. This concludes today's presentation on avoiding and reducing construction and demolition waste, Part 1. We look forward to speaking with you again at tomorrow's presentation on avoiding and reducing construction and demolition waste, Part 2.